The problem with that becomes that if this becomes a named storm, and it is not at this point, but there's speculation it will be.
But we have another thing going on today. Our cat Century is not feeling that great today, and she has to go seek proper medical attention.
We're going to another country for 3 days. There's gonna be 4 immigration visits, several customs visits. That's what this dance is.
And a lot of long rides on the hot bus.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know. No one else knows how to enjoy a good tropical storm like us will.
No. No. I feel like we're getting better at leaving in the middle of the night than we are in the middle of the day.
Under the cover of darkness. I think we've left more in the middle of the night than we have during the day.
I love this stuff.
When we started this cruising life, we knew that there was going to be a lot to overcome.
How's it going?
This is reality. Oh, the boat's gonna hit us!
Stop it.
Learning how to sail being at the top of the list. But we were determined to get there, and now look at us, almost 2 years as a liveaboard family and an ocean crossing under our belt. There's still a sense that there's nothing we can't accomplish. Oh my god, that's so funny. She's officially a boat cat. But as we go along, we are learning real fast that once you get comfortable, the ocean throws a curveball and you realize that just maybe the biggest obstacle to being a success at sailing is yourself.
Fish on!
Wait, Dad, it's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
Join us as we are forced with a decision to leave our newfound paradise in Bonaire because of the threat of a tropical storm. So basically we got here, I don't know, 5 minutes ago, and now we're evaluating. It wasn't 5 minutes, but a couple days ago. And now we're in the process this morning of evaluating what to do. Thank you so much to our patrons whose support make these episodes possible. Good morning from our new country.
New country.
Oh,
yes.
What do we do with new country?
We change some, we celebrate and we change some cards.
Okay. At least the kids remember how to do it.
I'm changing right now our SIM card into our router. We have a whole like system that goes on here. We have antennas on the top, and it displays our signal to everyone on the boat. But we have another thing going on today. Our cat Century is not feeling that great today, and she has to go seek proper medical attention. I don't think it's a major thing, but she has a little bit of diarrhea for several days now. She feels kind of thin to me, so we're just going to get a checkup. Yep, so we're taking care of that right now. So
you guys get to come along with us on this adventure to see how not medical care in another country for humans is this time, but medical care for a cat.
And hopefully we'll do something fun in the meantime. But yeah.
I hope so. She's like, oh no, that is a backpack and I'm going to the vet and I don't care what you call it. I don't want to go in it. Okay. We gotta work this out because you need to go see the vet, okay? Let's do maybe butt first. I love you. Butt first. Head last. Oh, there you go. Oh, you're doing such a good job. I get it zipped. All right, Century, here we go. Tell me how you're feeling.
So going all throughout this town, we're learning really fast that Bonaire is quite a rural area. And
Google Maps doesn't really work, and where the company is pinged on there isn't always accurate. So Century decided to let loose of her pee-pee in the bag. So
it's not the first time she's done that.
She doesn't like being in the bag. I'm pissed on and soaking wet, and we can't find the vet.
And we're trying our hardest right now to avoid local dogs that are wandering around the street.
They're sniffing out Century.
They are, so
okay.
We're trying to like say, don't just put your back away from the dog, and everything will be all right.
I think this is it. This is it, Will. Hi.
Can you tell me what's going on?
Okay, so she feels really, really thin to me, and she's had diarrhea for 4 days, and she didn't eat her breakfast this morning, which is very unlike her.
Okay, so.
But I'm more concerned about her weight.
She's a little lethargic too.
What you're worried about? She's losing weight?
I think she's lost. That's what I want to have you weigh her. I want to think, is it just in my head? She feels really thin to me.
So 1 month ago.
All right, Century has a fever. She's lost, what, 2 ounces? So she hasn't lost as much weight as I thought she had. I was a bit of a nervous grandmother.
We got to the vet and she said, do you know how much she weighs? And Jessica said, about 4 pounds. She's like, are you sure you don't mean 4 kilos? It's like, no, 4 pounds. She weighs 4.2 kilos at the moment, so.
I was a bit wrong.
So what they found out is that she had a bit of a fever, and we have to give her a little bit of I guess, fever medication for the next day.
And probiotics for her
And
diarrhea,
probiotics.
and then reassess. in, like,
And then we gave her
24
a
hours.
heartworm medication as well. Not
Yeah,
so bad.
We'll keep you updated. It's probably just a little illness. Now this is where things get tricky. The next morning, just 3 days after we had arrived here in Bonaire, we were presented with the untimely news that a storm was headed in our direction.
A tropical depression is likely to form Tuesday night, and tropical storm watches or warnings could be required for portions of these areas later today.
This was the first time since we hit the Caribbean that a tropical weather system approached our way.
Formation chance through 48 hours is high at 70%. Locally, while the storm may not be a hurricane, there is a high likelihood of a wind reversal here in the mooring field. A reversal produces violent localized sea conditions. Last year, several boats snapped their mooring lines.
So with this news, we were forced with a pretty tough decision. We're leaving. Surprise!
This is not our thing. We don't go to places just to turn around and ducktail all the way back. This is...
And also it was really hard to get this mooring ball. So we're going to leave, and then I don't know if it's going to be here when we come back. But so what we've learned is that we can raft up to other boats in the marina. They're going to make sure they can get spots for everyone. The problem with that becomes that if this becomes a named storm, and it is not at this point, but there's speculation it will be, then our deductible, if something was to happen,
Goes up
is
times two.
Times two. So double.
Times two. Plus, with the storm coming the way it is, if it comes the right way or the wrong way, and you have what's called reversals, because right now we're on the lee side of the island. If the reversals happen, we're now on the windward side, which means you're going to have...
The wind reverses.
The wind reverses, and then there's nothing protecting us, and you have 4 to 5 to 6 possibly foot waves that are going to be crashing up on the shore, and these mooring balls become useless. So,
and then our cleats could get pulled off, and there's a whole other drama with that, insurance claims and all that. So in our 8 years of full-time travel, you might be watching us and go, oh my God, they're crazy, they're this, they're that. We take a lot of risks, but they're very calculated. And
we don't risk our house.
We don't risk our house, and at least not knowingly. Like
No.
the ravine in Turkey was not something we planned.
Right.
So that being said, we always err on the side of caution. And although a lot of boats are staying here and friends are staying here, and we are hoping that everything is fine for them, and it was a wasted trip for us, because last thing we want is for anything to happen to anyone, we are still going to err on the side of caution because it served us well for 8 years and we're not dead yet.
Right.
And we haven't damaged our home yet.
And as much as heading back to Curacao, which is where we're going in Spanish waters, is still part of the storm path, where we think we're going to be landing is going to be covered enough, protected enough that we won't be in much danger.
And I did contact our previous marina, or our home, I guess. I feel like we're going home now. And they said they did have our old spot for us, so if we wanted to come in and snag that spot, hang out for a couple days, and then turn around and come back, we could. So that's kind of our plan at this point, right?
Right.
So we have down there, you can see this, it's not turning, but down there we have attached a fender to our mooring so that when we come back, we've claimed this space. Hopefully it's still there, because we love the spot. We're practicing your salsa dancing. We come back on Thursday morning. Thursday night, we're going dancing.
I don't know. My salsa dancing is very different. We're going to another country for 3 days. And there's going to be 4 immigration visits, several customs visits. That's what this dance is.
And a lot of long rides on the hot bus.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know.
Oh no!
But nice showers.
But there'll be showers. They'll be topping up the water in the electricity. There is AC in one of the immigration offices.
There is. You're right about that.
There's Wi-Fi. So you can download anything.
Laundry.
Laundry. There's ice. They have bags of ice there.
Oh, bags of ice. You're right.
Saw you there by the counter, looking flat. Thought I'd walk up to you. I was out with my buddies, talking trash.
Get a very serious looking video of me.
Look at that all.
It's tough work going 5 knots, isn't it?
So tough going 5 knots with no waves and no wind. So tough.
If ever I would be able to feel your skin and be close to you, I could levitate, figure it, bring back the dead.
So a little update here from the bow of the boat. We are going a total of about 5 knots, motor assisted, there's absolutely zero wind. This, I guess, is what they call the calm before the storm. There was a prediction of about 20 knots of wind, which would have been perfect. We could have gotten back to Curacao in a matter of like 6 hours. But unfortunately at this hour, we're just gonna calmly make our way to Curacao. Our midnight arrival is not gonna be around, I don't know, 1:30. We're not gonna push in the motors just because we don't have to. I mean, midnight, 1:30, it's all the same. We're just gonna enjoy the calm serenity of what we're doing now. And we haven't had a lot of sails like this where it's just 100%, you know, calm and relaxing. The wind's at our back, so things are good. I think it was the right decision to make. We all have only this one life to live, and this boat is our home. And if we had to do something that compromised it, I don't think we'd be very proud of ourselves just because we thought that we could brave through it. You know, we're in this for the long term, and if we get to maybe have to go an extra day or two out of our way to make this long term achievable, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more of these 1 or 2 days. And this is just what we have to do. This is our life. We don't have to take it so fast all the time. Today is just one of those examples.
Give us an update. What's happening?
We made up a little bit of time. It is now 12:07, and so it is
AM.
In the AM.
If anyone couldn't figure it out.
Right. And we made it here with not that much of lost time. Here we go. This is what we call worldtowning on the go.
Now that we were back in Spanish waters in Curacao, the first thing on our agenda was to get ourselves checked in with customs and immigration.
Taxi time!
Hop in, everybody. Normally we would take the bus, but with the storm center only hours away, our local bus service was suspended. The entire island was taking this storm serious. So this is really cool. Do you guys remember in a previous vlog showing Curacao in the main part of town where they have a bridge that moves to let the boats go by and then it closes?
So we are now in the middle of a bridge. So this is how they let the bridge in and out. Look at that.
Well, apparently during a tropical storm or any type of storm, they actually take that bridge and they move it from down in town into the marina for safety. It's really, really cool. Oh my gosh, it's an SNN. Give us an update.
Welcome to SNN, where today we are seeing the movement of a bridge that barely ever moves.
Wow, you haven't done an SNN in a while. Does it feel good?
No, yeah, it feels really good.
Feels good to be back in the swing of things?
Yeah.
Now that you are a much bigger grown man, are you going to change the format of SNN at all?
It will now include cake baking.
Cake baking. With immigration under our belt, we then had to hop across the river on the ferry to get to customs.
Okay, we have officially now checked in 100%. We are inbound in Curacao. Customs, immigrations, the whole 9 yards, and now we just gotta write it out.
I wish I had something profound to say. I don't. I'm not mad. I'm not sad. This is just life.
Still like T-minus 2 hours until this thing reaches us, so.
Basically, we learned in customs that the stores and the shops and everything are required to be shut down by 10 a.m. here in the city. I guess probably the whole island. So I'm hoping we could find a taxi back. If the taxis follow that rule, then this might become a really interesting vlog of us spending 8 hours walking back to the boat in a tropical storm.
Or checking into a hotel.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Vacation time.
That sounds really nice. Here's the thing about weather. You never know what is going to happen. It's always a big panic before it happens, and more than half the time, it becomes less than it's advertised.
All right, what do we do next?
Movies.
It's a rainy day.
Maybe that's fate's way of keeping you safe. We were at the moment where we were supposed to be in the middle of the storm, but so far, not much.
This is what it looks like. Super calm, a little bit cloudy, a little dusky. There's some wind here. The wind is actually coming from a more northeasterly direction right now, which is concurrent with what you want to see in like any type of tropical system where it's kind of circular in pattern. Normally the wind is coming from this way, that way. Now it's coming from that way to this way. I got my north, south, east, and west all screwed up right now, but it's pretty chill. I mean, look at the flag. There's not much happening there. I mean, I'm hoping it stays like this. This is just, you know, the center is supposed to be right around us at this point, to the south quite a bit, which means this is good news. Bonaire is reporting that it's not a big event. Curacao is not sort of experiencing a lot right now, and as it gets further west, it may strengthen up, but for what we're doing, this is what we have.
And as we were almost declaring victory for the storm that was not, things started to come down. I think we might be in the heart of the storm right now. What do you think?
It's getting pretty bad right now.
This back panel that we put on the bimini, you guys have heard us talk about it before. We love it so much. When we were in lockdown in France and it was freezing, this became our shed and like a little extra warm room. And now with the situation of the weather the way it is, listen, it's getting worse. It protects this area much more so that everything is not completely soaked. It's so cute, Century. You are such a good kitty. You guys, Century's better. She doesn't have the diarrhea and she's not sick anymore. So she was sick for like a week, a little over a week, but she's all better, so.
You having fun?
Yes. No one else knows how to enjoy a good tropical storm like us will.
No. No. If this is a real tropical storm, it'd be okay, but there's no slack on the lines, right? I mean, there's no tension on the lines right now. And so until something like that does happen and I hear like some massive creaking, I'm not gonna be concerned in the slightest. This is fun. This is a rain day. People get snow days. For us, we get rain days.
We are the only crazies out here. Now that the storm came and went, and besides a few soaked sailors in a freshly rinsed off boat, thankfully not much happened.
You guys get a shower out here? No. You want a shower?
I have a perfectly good shower. If we were on anchor, maybe.
All right, we're just feeling a little closed in as a family right now with all the rain and the hatches and everything closed. We're gonna take a nice family walk and express our feelings.
But this did not mean that we could rest. We still needed to get back to our mooring ball in Bonaire before someone else decided to claim it as their own.
And just like that, what has become is now again. We are leaving Curacao for the second time. Actually, if you count airplanes, almost like the 5th time. This is insane. I never felt like we left the country so much in our lives.
This meant repeating the process of going to immigration and customs to check out and then preparing the boat to head back. The moment that the Curacao Coast Guard gave us the go-ahead to leave, we packed up and headed out.
I feel like we're getting better at leaving in the middle of the night than we are in the middle of the day.
Under the cover of darkness. I think we've left more in the middle of the night than we have during the day.
I love this stuff. This is, for me, sort of what this whole life's all about. Sort of the exhilaration of taking off and maybe things going right, not right, and knowing at the end of the day it went right. I don't want to see if it doesn't go right though.
So I don't suffer from any anxiety, but when we wake up in the middle of the night, and it is what? We woke up I think at 2 and it's 3:30 now. I get a little bit of anxiety about getting off the dock because we're all we're awake, but we're not like 100% awake, if that makes sense. And I always worry that we're gonna wake, like bang something or hit something in the middle of the night and wake the whole friggin' marina up. But it looks like we're the first off the dock. There's a bunch of boats leaving today for Bonaire, and we checked out yesterday. And I keep looking behind me thinking someone's going to be chasing us, like, we're going to race you. Because the joke was that everyone, we're going to race you, and they all have faster boats. So I was like, if you see us, give us a push or hook us onto you. So I think we're going to be there probably by about 12:30. It's smooth, smooth, smooth. It's totally no wind, flat, which is absolutely fine with me because we're going head to wind. And the last time to Bonaire was very unpleasant. This may be your last night sail, Avalon.
No.
Before you go to university.
No.
I know. Don't worry, we'll fly you back.
sails.
We'll fly you back for night sails.
No.
Unless we cross back to Curacao before we drop you off at college.
And we won't do that during the night.
Well, we might. Why not? We like the night sails.
We do.
We
Maybe.
could, but I think it's better during the day so
Yeah.
that your friend that's visiting can have
the
the
full
experience.
experience.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Yeah.
the same at night because all we care
I
about
think
is.
this is a better experience at night.
You think so?
I do. If we could do like a right before it's morning, like sunrise sail, that'd be nice.
All right, so get everyone up at like 4 in the morning. That'd
Yeah.
work. Or 5.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Super, super calm. I mean, we're still in protected area, but look how calm it is out here.
It's so basically a lake.
Right? Sometimes I forget I'm on a boat when we're in a marina because it doesn't move at all. So the sun is coming up. It's about 6 a.m. I decided to take the first shift since I was wide awake. And we are having a glorious head-to-wind sail. This is probably the first and the last time you will hear me ever say head-to-wind sail is glorious. We're going 5 knots and it feels like we're on a comfortable waterbed just floating back and forth. And I'm quite thankful for it because, you know, we got to Bonaire and we had to leave within 4 days once we got settled in and come back and now go back again. It's just been pretty exhausting and a bit stressful. So to have this nice, pleasant motor sail back to Bonaire, where we'll spend the entire month of July, just feels like a little gift we've been given. Captain is over here snoozing. And it's times like this where I'm not ready to jump overboard, and I really love sailing. I mean, I guess who likes the storms? I'm sure there's people that like the storms and like the swells and the uncomfortableness, but I personally really don't like it. But it is pretty few and far between if you're watching the weather and you're being safe and cautious, which we always are. What's for breakfast?
Beautiful sunrise.
Are you going to keep me here at the helm for hours upon hours and not feed me?
How long have we been out?
I'm starving.
It's only been like 2 hours that we've been out here.
I didn't eat dinner last night either. I was so tired I just went right to sleep.
I know, neither did I. But we saw a Facebook post saying that it was a miracle that there was still 3 mooring balls available at this hour, and we're hoping that. And they said they were all like without buoys on them or without feathers put on them. So I'm pretty comfortable that at this point our spot is still there.
I've been dreaming so much lately about your face when you're smiling. It's the only thing that saves me.
So if you're wondering what cruising life is like, this is it. Situations arise where you are forced to make decisions which will totally derail your plans. For us, this storm took about 4 days that we did not plan for. But this, in our opinion, is the only way to make this life a life. We really battled on whether to leave, and even though this storm was not as dramatic as expected, we are glad we made the decision to seek out safer ground. The biggest part of this sailing life is having the confidence to check your ego at the door and make decisions that'll keep yourself and your boat safe. This week, I think we went a long way to becoming better sailors, and for us, the price of losing 4 days to learn the lesson was a bargain. I just hope that next time we are in a storm's path, we have the option to seek shelter as we did this time. So Avalon now is a one-handed sailor, which is probably better than a one-eyed sailor.
Oh, much better than a one-eyed sailor.
Or no-teeth sailor.
That is also bad.
So what happened with Avalon is she actually had a skating accident. Ice skating accident.
No, it was a skateboarding accident.
A skateboarding
and it was
accident.
not pretty.
And then you've got some other wounds. Look at her leg down here.
Yeah.
Her leg, her knee. And are you going to skateboard at college?
Of course I'll skateboard at college.
You're going to put some guards on or something?
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, guys. I think this very well wraps up our let's go back. Let's sail to Bonaire, sail back to Curacao.
I call this chapter in our life Much Ado About
Nothing.
Exactly.
It's very fitting. It's
all right.
Much Ado About Nothing. We went all the way there.
Hopefully this time we get to actually do something interesting in Curacao in Bonaire.
Will is apparently still in Curacao. Oh, you're such a good kitty. Look at that.
I hear when they get stressed, they shred a lot. They
Shred a lot.
What is wrong with my fan? Someone sent me a new fan.
Good morning from Curacao. We are, it feels like what's old is new again and what's new is here again.
Well, we finally get to use that medical kit. I'm dying to use the suture kit. Let's see, do we need to suture anything? Let me see. Oh, I could stitch that baby up right there.
Somewhere.
Only true boat kids would come outside and play in the rain.
No, any kid would do this.
Listen. You okay back there?
Largo, what are you doing?
I'm untying our fender.
You're rescuing our fender?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Anchor, motor, or dock is the easiest?
having Avalon not leave us is easy.
Which one, seriously?